We're back at the Millrose games, and on the track, the boys' high school mile. Always one of the most popular events here at the Millrose games, as the youngsters get to run on the Madison Square Garden track where some of their heroes have been competing. And the runners earned their way into this race off their performances earlier in the season, and there they go.
Well, this has got to be a dream for these young men to have, as you said, Tom, earned their way to get to the track today, to be in the Garden, to run around this 11 laps to the mile. It's an awesome opportunity.
Well, now you look at it, and they are running 11 laps to the mile, and most of the big indoor tracks are 200 meters, so they're jostling back there, everybody trying to get into good positions. But the thing is, the history of the mile on this track makes this race that much more special.
Steve Murdoch, a senior from Clifton Park, New York, is the early leader here in the boys' high school mile. And Carol, you spoke earlier about the thrill as a youngster of competing here at the Garden with all of the heroes that you followed throughout track and field.
Well, I really think that that's something that's great in the United States. They let the high school athletes, the younger athletes, compete on the same track alongside of some of their heroes. And a lot of times you get a chance to talk to someone that you've always admired, and they give you some great advice. And then you get an opportunity to run out here and feel what it's like if you continue on. Some of these are going into college, and some of these high school milers may be the milers in the future to represent the United States.
And Steve Murdoch, who leads, attended the Millrose Gala on Thursday night and met some of his heroes like Jim Ryan and Eamon Coughlin, and is out leading the race early despite the fact he's been suffering from a cold all week. Jason Weller is tracking him in second place at the moment.
And these young men running an honest pace, Tom, 60.3 seconds for the first quarter mile. That's pretty fast for these high schoolers. So they're out here getting after it and really sort of using up the energy of the building.
Well, it really is. I mean, it's so exciting to run out on the track. And again, Steve Murdoch has really shown that he is a class in the field right now.
So Steve Murdoch of Clifton Park, New York, Jason Weller of Boyertown, Pennsylvania, and Chris Moen from Bethesda, Maryland, 1, 2, 3. And speaking of mile legends, Bob Newmeyer's with a couple of them right now.
You're right. Record a number of years ago. He wants to become the first.
You got to pick one. You got to pick one.
I know the experience, Legat, but I hope Webb gets it.
You've analyzed a few races, Marty LaCory, in your time. Who do you think?
Well, I think Webb is very motivated. I know he was the first athlete out when they set the track up to check it out. He's a front runner, and he could set it up, as Eamon said, to be one of the great ones.
All right, for the bell lap, let's go upstairs to Tom.
All right, it is the final lap, Bob, and as you see, Jason Weller has just gone by Kyle Soloff to take the lead, and Murdoch is back in third. It's Jason Weller of Boyertown, Pennsylvania, a senior in Boyertown who sprints off the final turn and comes to the tape in the boys' high school mile. Soloff outleading Murdoch for second, as the kick in the final lap, the bell lap, gives Jason Weller the boys' high school title. And now for the Adidas women's pole vault, let's go back to Dwight.